Every time I told Puff something was about to happen, it happened. You understand?
Diddy made a lot of people mad and upset. And he may be losing some of his power.
Guess what, folks? Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, is spilling the beans in a major interview. And from what we're hearing, the bombshells he's dropping about his ex-boss are about to flip everything we thought we knew about the music mogul. Looks like someone's got a hot seat waiting for them, so brace yourselves for a roller coaster of sensational revelations. Diddy finds himself in a pretty sticky situation these days. His empire seems to be crumbling amidst all the buzz that he might face legal trouble as the alleged mastermind behind the 1996 shooting of rap legend Tupac Shakur. Some big-name companies have already severed their lucrative long-term deals with Diddy, and it seems like he's not making too many new ones either. His influence has taken a serious hit, especially now that one of the suspects in Tupac's death has been officially arrested. So, what exactly did Gene Deal spill in that interview? Well, hold on to your hats, because what's coming our way is nothing short of mind-blowing. Ever since a breakthrough happened in the unsolved Tupac shooting case, Diddy's life has taken a nosedive into a living nightmare. The recent arrest of a potential suspect linked to the incident has stirred up more gossip and intrigue in the streets. Figures who've been hiding in the shadows are starting to come forward, sharing unheard-of details. Even Diddy's ex-bodyguard has hinted that the police might have enough evidence to arrest the music mogul. It turns out that they had substantial information way back when. But don't get too excited just yet. The cops aren't exactly knocking on Diddy's door, but it seems like his past actions are coming back to haunt him. Karma has a funny way of catching up.
They gave him enough information in 2018 to start gathering information for the next 5 years to lead to Keefe D's arrest.
Remember when everyone thought the talk about Diddy's involvement was just a crazy rumor? Well, think again. Even his former employees are spilling the beans. Gene Deal, who has been by Diddy's side for decades, dropped a bombshell suggesting that his former boss might have been involved in some shady business related to orchestrating Tupac's shooting. Now, in case you're not up to speed, a man named Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who's been on investigators' radar for a while as one of the original suspects, has been arrested and officially charged with murder in Las Vegas. Keefe, who is now 60 years old, is suspected by authorities to be the mastermind behind the whole operation. His arrest happened while he was casually walking near his home on the outskirts of Las Vegas, just hours before prosecutors made a big announcement in court. They revealed that a Nevada grand jury had indicted him on one count of murder involving a deadly weapon. But here's the twist. Keefe wasn't the one who is believed to have pulled the trigger that night. However, Nevada law can be tough on individuals who assist in a crime. During the search of Keefe's home, law enforcement seized various electronic devices like hard drives, tablets, and laptops. They also found documents related to all things Tupac, including TV programs, documentaries, YouTube episodes, book drafts, and even movies connected to Tupac's passing. Among the confiscated items were a copy of Vibe magazine featuring Tupac in a book titled Compton Street Legend, which Keefe had co-written. Keefe's name gained attention because of his appearance in the Netflix documentary series Unsolved and the subsequent release of his book, Compton Street Legend, a year later. In both the documentary and the book, Keefe hinted that he had been in the car with the person responsible for Tupac's murder.
And Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together.
Okay. This was the white Cadillac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keefe D apparently confirmed that Diddy did, in fact, give him $1 million to orchestrate Tupac's death. And before you brush it off as just a rumor, there's actually a recorded tape of this from years ago.
Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them, either one of them. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah,
According to Gene Deal, a former bodyguard and close associate of Diddy, panic might be slowly creeping into the music mogul's world. That's because someone who could potentially point fingers at him has just been slapped with handcuffs. So Diddy has assembled a massive team of lawyers to help him navigate this mess and hopefully get away with the whole thing. Even Tupac's family is demanding justice, saying that the case is far from closed for them with Keefe D's arrest. Now you might wonder, why is all of this happening now? Under normal circumstances, Keefe's arrest might not have raised many eyebrows, considering he's been running his mouth for years. But this entire saga is taking a twisted turn. And now the police have a real chance to bring it to a close, especially if more witnesses step forward to testify. But here's where things get incredibly interesting. Much of the case's information was right under the noses of law enforcement from the very beginning. There were even speculations that Diddy was paying everyone to keep quiet. Surprisingly, he missed one person in his attempt to keep things hushed, and that person is Keefe D.
Like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out. He look out for everybody.
Now, the game-changing moment came in 2018 when this gang member started revealing gruesome details about how Puffy had hired him to carry out the hit on Tupac and Suge Knight in Vegas that fateful night. While Keefe believed he had immunity in exchange for spilling the beans, the police had a different plan. They let him keep talking, hoping to gather more evidence. Gene Deal, though, thinks this arrest might be a smokescreen orchestrated by the police to catch a much bigger fish. They've been on Diddy's trail before, and this time it might be the final act in a drama that unfolded over decades. Diddy could go down while Keefe walks away free. A proper agreement with the U.S. attorney could save him. Puffy was the right bait for Diddy, given their history. In July of this year, the Las Vegas police initiated a search at Keefe D's residence and stumbled upon a treasure trove of evidence. This breakthrough helped them connect all the dots in Keefe's story, and they finally had enough to issue a warrant for the main culprit behind the shooting. Now, Gene Deal isn't directly saying that Diddy orchestrated it at all, but he's dropping intriguing hints. He's been leaving clues for the police about how Diddy might owe Keefe a favor, and it all seems connected to the unsolved crime.
Diddy made a lot of people mad and upset, and he may be losing some of his power.
Keefe D has been shouting from the rooftops about knowing exactly what happened and who's to blame. Little did he know that the authorities were watching his every move. Now he'll present his story in court, and it seems like he's played his role well. Diddy's freedom is on the line, and the police have what they need to incriminate him. Many people from the streets who knew the details of this crime but kept silent are now sharing cryptic messages implying that the police have been chasing Diddy for decades. It was a smart move, and it won't be long before the real arrest follows. Gene Deal believes that even with all his money and connections, Diddy doesn't stand a chance in this story. Keefe D might have more to tell about Diddy than he did the first time. Social media users are eagerly awaiting to see if Diddy will be arrested for Tupac's shooting and if his ex-bodyguard will officially testify against him. The notorious case might not be as closed as we think, and many believe Diddy played a part in it. Moving on to the arrest of Keefe D, hundreds of pages of transcripts released on Friday give us a glimpse into the first month of grand jury proceedings. These proceedings began in late July and featured testimony from former associates of Keefe, friends of Shakur, and retired police officers who were involved in the case early on. Their testimony shed light on the escalating feud between Shakur's Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records, which had connections to Keefe and represented Wallace. This feud played a significant role in fueling the West Coast-East Coast rivalry that defined the hip-hop scene in the mid-1990s, as testified by one of Keefe's former associates. As for Keefe himself, he declined an interview request from jail, and court records do not list an attorney who can speak on his behalf. Attempts to contact Keefe and his wife went unanswered. In a statement on Friday, Sakiwa Set Shakur, the rapper's sister, cautiously celebrated the arrest as a victory. She acknowledged the significance of the case's silence for the past 27 years in their community. This is undoubtedly a pivotal moment. The silence of the past 27 years surrounding this case has spoken loudly in our community, she said. It's important to me that the world, the country, the justice system, and our people acknowledge the gravity of the passing of this man, my brother, my mother's son, my father's son. Now back to the big question. When will we see Diddy arrested for Tupac's shooting? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates on this intriguing story. While we wait, don't forget to check out our next video where we'll reveal even more shocking details from the world of Hollywood.